The Winter Olympics are right around the corner, so I want to talk about Steven Bradbury's real story because I feel like we have done this man such a disservice by pigeonholing him as the guy that fumbled his way to Australia's first Winter Olympic gold medal, when his story is actually so much more interesting and so much more inspiring than he ever gets credit for. Right, let me paint you a picture. The year is 1994. We are in Montreal at the World Cup. Steven is skating along next to a competitor when they collide. The other guy's skate goes straight through his thigh, and because they were racing and his heart rate was really high, he just absolutely gushed blood everywhere. Lost 4 liters of blood, thought he was going to die. He ends up getting 111 stitches, can't move his leg for 3 weeks, and goes through a grueling 18-month recovery. Me? I would have just stopped skating. To come back from that and win a gold medal would be inspiring enough, but that is not where this story ends. We fast forward to September 2000 when another nearly deadly accident again threatens not only his career, but his life. So he's in a training session when another skater falls in front of him, foreshadowing how he would eventually win a gold medal. But the other guy falls in front of him, Steven goes to jump over him, badass as all hell, misses, clips him with his skate, and goes headfirst into the barrier. This accident caused him to fracture his C4 and C5 vertebrae and wear a halo brace for over a month. As you would expect, Steven was told that he could never race again, and perhaps if he didn't have such a fuck around and find out attitude, history would look very different today. But thankfully for us, Steven said, bet. So less than 2 years later, we are talking like 18 months later, Steven is not only on the ice again, he's at the Olympics again. The other part that gets misconstrued here was that he was some guy that wasn't that good at racing and was just coming last by accident, when it was actually part of the strategy. The strategy was that the people in front would assume all of the risk of potentially colliding, something that Steven had done many times, and if he was far enough behind, he could avoid it and still get a place. It wasn't a strategy to win, it was just a strategy to place. But lucky for Steven, everybody wiped out at the last corner and he shot through to victory. So after winning the race and getting booed by the crowd who were heavily in favor of local legend Apollo Anton Ono, he gave this absolute banger of a comment. I don't think I'll take the medal as the minute and a half of the race I actually won. I'll take it as the last decade of hard slog I put in. We are putting this man on a pedestal for all the wrong reasons. Yes, he is the larrikin that shot through at the last minute, but his actual story is so much more interesting and true blue, hardworking Australian than he ever gets credit for.